Welcome to Beyond Boundaries, guys. We're here once again to provide some value. I've got my mentor slash best friend in here, Bailey Powell, ready to provide some value and do some good works. And yeah, let's have a good time. Let's have a good podcast episode and tune in. Let's go.
All right, Bailey. So just quick rundown about who you are, where you came from, and why you started this journey.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you for having me on this podcast. I'm absolutely privileged to be here. And, the funny thing is actually, back when I was in year 7, I actually played in your football team.
Yeah, we did, eh?
Which we only just realised recently about. But yeah, so pretty much, so as the guys said, my name's Bailey Powell. I'm actually 24 years old, and I've lived in Perth my whole life. So full on Aussie. Now, most of my life, I wanted to be someone successful, which I'm sure people, watching this or listening to this kind of resonate with it. You want to be successful, you want to retire your parents, you want to travel the world, you want to leave a legacy. And I always had those kind of thoughts, but the truth is, none of my actions was showing that. It was just my words. So I was electrical apprentice as soon as I finished high school. So I did graduate, did electrical apprenticeship for about, 4 or 5 years. And I enjoyed it. It was great. But, what I did most of my life was just partying, drinking on the weekends, just having fun, living for the weekend. That was pretty much my life. And I realized, well, if I want to be successful, I have to change. I can't keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. So I then, lucky for me, I actually lost my job due to COVID. I don't know if you guys experienced that. It was pretty depressing, didn't know what to do with my life. But in that moment, it was such a blessing because it made me realize I can't rely on the government. I can't rely on my boss to, give me an income and to, save me when I actually don't have anything to do. And I said, you know what? There's people making income online. Why can't I do that? And I don't know what it was. I decided to look into cryptocurrency, and I fell in love with the space. It was just really, really exciting to see people and meet people who were making a living off this, internet money, which I didn't really understand.
Yeah.
And as I dived deep into it, I was learning so much about it. I was pretty much obsessed with it. And it's weird because my whole life I thought I'd be someone, using my hands and be a qualified electrician. But now here I am, making money on the internet and online. And it was crazy. I really thought the only way to make money was you had to work for it. But here I was, investing my money, and money was working for me. And I was just like, this could be it. This could be the one thing that could allow me to leave my job, live the life I want to live and retire my parents. So what I did is I said, well, I'm young. I really love this, and I don't believe in, having a plan B. So I actually quit my apprenticeship when I had 5 months before I was qualified and just went all in the crypto space.
Nice.
And I was shit scared. I was scared. I did not think it was going to work out, but I was just it's a lot better than, how it is right now. In order for me to change, I've got to change. And whatever I've been doing up until then wasn't working. Right. And I looked at what my parents are doing, looked at everyone, what my friends are doing. They didn't have the life I wanted. So I found someone who had the life I wanted, worked with them, had them mentor me. And now, 2-3 years later since that decision, I'm now traveling the world, speaking on stages. I made over 6 figures online. And I just have absolute freedom, and I'm living the best life I ever could. And that's from taking that risk. Because the one thing I've learned in life is, the biggest risk of all is taking no risk at all. Right?
Nice.
And that's just the truth. If you don't take risks, you're not really living a life, are you?
And
so that's my story pretty much. I was an electrical apprentice and I was a tradie, and I did enjoy it, but it wasn't going to allow me to retire my parents. So that's why I went all in on this. And yeah, it's been the best thing I've ever done.
Definitely. And something I just picked up on what you said as well is no risk, no reward. And I think that's one thing that people lack nowadays, is being able to step into the unknown, to be able to participate in something that's going to help out with their personal development. So I can definitely see that you mentioned financial freedom, traveling the world, wanting to help out the family the best way you can. Would you say that all of them are your whys? That was the turning moment for you to progress to where you want to go?
Well, my why for a very long time was I want to retire my parents, which is an amazing why to have. It definitely drove me. But what I've learned in life is your why is a lot deeper than that. And I did the thing called seven whys. I don't know if you've heard about that, where you go why. So you write down I want to retire my parents. Why do I want that? And then you just keep going until you can't. And what I eventually got down to is I want to be remembered. Right? The reason why I want to retire my parents is because deep down I want to be remembered for it. I don't want to leave this earth and no one know who I was. I want to be that person that changes my family tree forever. So that's kind of like what everything I do is I just do everything to be remembered. Like I want my, my future's kids to remember I'm the reason why their life looks the way it does. So that's my deep why. But yeah, before that, it was like, I want to retire my parents. That's what kept me going. But now I know what it is.
And something that you said as well, there's a quote that I heard that goes like this: plant seeds you'll never see the shade to. And that's been remembered. That's for your family, your generations to go down, for your kids and that. And that just relates to just what you said, being able to be remembered. It's either be a name or a number. It's like, it's crazy. And I think that's amazing that this is something you want to do and being able to build yourself in every single realm of human endeavor. It's truly amazing. So what do you think about that, Johnny? Yeah, it's a good.
That's really good. You want to leave a legacy for people to remember you by.
Yeah,
and that's something really good in life, that you want to show people what's possible, even when you're gone, even when you're not on this earth. But no, that's sick. I know that you've used social media a lot for your business and stuff. I just want to ask, what are your thoughts on using social media to create success?
Yeah, for sure. No, look, so social media can be a tool, but it also can be a distraction. Like, I always believe on being a creator, not a consumer.
Yep.
Like, don't go on social media just to watch videos and that's all you ever do, because that's not going to help you get to where you want to go. I'm like, yes, if it's on the content, but you can watch YouTube, so it actually keeps you on the right track. Do you know what I mean? Watching educational stuff on YouTube instead of going on social media and watching reels, because eventually you're just going to scroll and eventually go on entertainment. But if you're using it to create and give value to others and monetize that, then go for it. But I don't like to spend too much time on social media. It's just about, really just giving value to everyone that's watching, so they can go out and maybe become a creator as well, not just a consumer. And that's not just on social media. But yeah, I do believe that, it's such a massive opportunity, social media is, because before, let's just say, 100 years ago, there was no internet, there was nothing like that. For you to build a business, you have to literally go out and find the people. Instead of now, you can just make a video with good hooks and call to actions and grow your brand, grow your following. So we've got so much opportunity. There's 7 billion people on social media in this world. So yeah, there's a massive opportunity there.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that as well. We are in such an important time of life right now where we have so much access, so much privilege, being able to embark on any journey, being able to search up anything on YouTube, being able to obtain any type of membership, being able to get mentorship, being able to make money online, all these different courses. And I almost say it's technically a skill now to ignore all these businesses. To work a 9 to 5, I'd technically say that's more lazy than thinking out of the box. When you think about it, right? There's so much opportunity in people. I think it's legit a skill set now to ignore all these businesses that you can embark in, to be able to think out the box for something that's going to help out with your personal development, or I guess financial freedom, if that's what you really want to reach.
Well, that's the thing. Like, some people in this world don't even understand that there's so much opportunity online or using the internet to create success and create money. They pretty much just live in a hole. They'd just rather live the 9 to 5 or do this, do that. But really, if they open their minds and look a bit better, then they can find opportunities doing it. Like, I've spoken to heaps of people on the mines, where they just go, "Oh, no, there's nothing online. You can't do this, you can't do that." And I'm just like, well, I'm going to take the risk anyways. If you don't think there is, then you can stay here and work the rest of your life on a mine site,
Definitely.
That's not for me.
100%. And there's no point of being bound to anyone else's reality and perception as well. It's good to be able to go to where you want to go and not be, I guess, bound to what they think, to be influenced by what they think as well. And I think other people care about what other people think too much, where it technically hinders them from reaching their full potential, which is is ludicrous, isn't it?
100%. And the one thing you guys are talking about, one thing I've learned in life is you always do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Because if you want a life that no one else has had, you to do what everyone else isn't doing, right? Or what they're not doing. So when someone tells me I'm crazy, I'm like, I'm on the right track. Do you know what I mean? If they say, "Oh, I can't do it," I'm like, watch me. Because I don't, if someone says I can't do it, I understand it's their limitation. As soon as I believe in it, then I'm actually accepting their limitation. Now it's my limitation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So if someone's like, "Oh, you can't do it online. There's just, it's saturated." I'm like, watch me. Just watch me.
And a lot of people nowadays, they say exactly what you said. A lot of people nowadays as well, they say, "Oh, I don't have anything to prove." I think you have everything to prove, to become the best version of yourself for your family, for your ancestors, for God, to who you want to become. And there's a quote I heard that goes like this. This is super interesting. It says, They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at all of them because they're all the same. And
I love that.
it's so true, you know, like people like to demonize you and say, hey, like it's bad to go down this path, you're taking risks. And it's like a lackey band. You're continuing to move up and someone says this, they pull you down with the lackey band, right? And there's all these multiple people. And I think sometimes you just have to take the risk and just cut people off, hey? Yeah, reach your goals, be around people that are like-minded. And I mean, even if that means you have to be transparent to people and be like, okay, we can't hang out anymore unless we're talking about money, business, personal development, self-improvement, and doing what we have to do. And some people might say that's savage, but I think sometimes the reality is you have to take the steps towards that.
You know, I just want to touch on something. Yeah, like when you were talking about like some people you just got to cut off.
Yeah.
I heard this quote or like this story that someone was talking about. Like, sometimes people are just boosters, right, for a rocket. When you get to a certain altitude, they have to let go of you for you to get to where you want to go. And I love that because that's so true. Like some people are just there to be your boosters, and then eventually they have to you have to let them go in order for you to get to where you want to go. And I've done that with many people in my life. Like I'm pretty sure everyone from school, I don't even see them anymore. Like it's all different people. And I love it. Like I want to surround myself with people who actually want to see me win and not bring me down. Yeah. Like if you have a choice that you can't keep blaming your friends for putting you down, you're choosing to be with them. Like you literally, you teach people how you want to be treated. So if you let people to keep putting you down, then that's your fault. Does that make sense? Like
accountability.
If you're always allowing them to do that, then that's your fault, not theirs. Like you teach people how you want to be treated. So if you go, hey, no, I'm none of this. Like if you want to be my friend, you can't do this. And if they don't accept that, then goodbye, right? So it's always your fault. It might not be it might not be your fault, but it's your problem. Does that make sense? Yeah.
And it's really important because accountability, I think that's one thing a lot of people like to do is take the victimhood mentality and sort of blame other people but themselves. I think even if it's a small mistake, it's good to blame yourself and be like, okay, I could have made the best decision to be able to avoid this, X, Y, and Z, and go on like that as well. But I think, transparency and accountability is something that's good pillars to be able to stand by for your growth, to be able to proceed forward the best way you can, which is good.
No, definitely. I want to ask you something, Bailey. I know you're a busy man. You get a lot of shit done in, a day. Like I'm pretty sure you make quite a bit of money in a day as well. But I just want to see, what's it like being Bailey Powell? What's a daily routine look like for you?
Yeah, fair enough. Like I'm going to be honest, guys. It's changed a lot this year because of how busy I've got because of the space in crypto, but also just the skills that I've developed this year already has just helped me skyrocket my business. But before that, I used to have a 5.5 hour morning routine, which is just crazy. I don't even know what the hell I was doing back then. And that was just last year. But at the moment, it really is as simple as, I wake up. Now, I don't use an alarm anymore. I used to wake up with an alarm. But think about it. If you're waking up with an alarm, that's like you're waking up in an alarmed, like mood. Like, just think of the word alarm. Like, you're alarmed. Like, you don't want to wake up like that. You want to wake up the way you want to wake up.
Yeah, don't want that energy to be disrupted by the alarm as well.
So I wake up, whatever that is, maybe it's 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I don't care anymore. And I'll pretty much make my bed. That's the first thing I do. That's like one of the good habits I've developed. Then I will go sit down in my meditation room and I'll do 5 minutes of prayer. I always thank God or the universe for, first of all, allowing me to pursue my passion and purpose in life. Now, why I say that is every day that we're alive, that means we have a purpose, we have a passion. So I always thank him for allowing me to pursue that. Because if I didn't have a purpose or passion, I probably would have died in my sleep, like some people do. Some people don't wake up. So, it's always good to start in gratitude. So I do 5 minutes of gratitude. Then after that, I do 15 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of visualization, and then I would do 15 minutes of priming. If you guys don't know what priming is, it's something that Tony Robbins teaches at his events. It gives you so much energy, and it's just a great way to start your day. After I do that, I will then, depending on what day it is, I'll probably do as much push-ups as I can do. So let's say I did 86 the day before, I'll do 87 and do the Power of One More by Ed Miley. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I do.
Compounding.
So I always do that stuff. And then after that, I'll do about 12 minutes of affirmations in the mirror, which is such a great way. Because I believe whatever you tell your brain is what you're going to create. Like your brain is just a confirmation bias. Like if you say, the world is beautiful, you'll find things, your brain will automatically find things in the world to confirm that. If you say the world is shit and it's horrible, your brain, even though it might not be true, it will find things to find evidence of that and confirm what you're thinking. So that's the reason why I do affirmations. And it's made a massive difference. Like I used to have horrible memory. And I started saying, I've got incredible memory. I've got incredible memory. And then all of a sudden I've got incredible memory. I was like, oh, okay, this works.
Yeah.
And then, after that I have breakfast, read my daily mantra and just get to work. Yep. I used to read a book and go to the gym and stuff. And now I just do it whenever I feel like it. But yeah, that's
busy.
Pretty much my morning routine. Yeah,
it's really busy, isn't it? I think it's. I would say that's okay. I wouldn't say it's too busy, but I'd say that it's definitely a good morning routine that you stick to as well. And the one thing I love about it is that you do this every single morning, and it's something that you're really disciplined in as well. Like I know even when we went to Europe, every single morning, 6 a.m. and stuff, we'll get up, do like 100, 200 push-ups. And I remember actually hearing you at the mirror, like looking in the mirror, I'm a winner, you know what I mean? And you go over your affirmations, which is very important. And it's like that quote as well that goes like this. It says, win the morning, win the day. Mm-hmm. And the good thing about your morning routine, which I'm sure you guys know, it doesn't actually start in the morning. It starts the night before. Like habits, it comes down to what time you go to sleep, not watching porn and jerking off. It comes down to, not eating right before bed. So it's pretty interesting. I think a lot of people forget about that the morning routine actually starts the night before with the habits working up to the actual day that I guess your morning routine is going to occur in the first place. So no, that's awesome. And yeah, the quality of your life is the quality of your thoughts, my man. That's good.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Somewhat manifesting it.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And it's like what you said as well, what you're going to say to yourself, your perception, your perspective, what are you going to, I guess, think as well as what you're going to see. It's like being hyper vigilant. It's like what you said about the red car, that one quote as well, the red car theory, and that if you're going to continue to think shitty, say shitty things, be around shitty people, that's all you're going to get and manifest
your
yourself.
brain's going to find them opportunities.
Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, no, I love that.
I want to touch on something because you just reminded me of that red car thing. I did actually spoke about this at the Melbourne event. Do you remember when I was on stage?
Yeah.
So our belief system, like I want to show how it works. Let's say, for example, right? I want everyone to look around the. Let's say everyone who's watching or everyone's listening. I want everyone to actually look around the room and find everything that is say blue, right? So you look around, you find everything that's blue. You then close your eyes. And I want you now with your eyes closed to think about everything that was white. Like think of everything you saw as white, right? Now most people, they can't really think of it. And then they open their eyes and they see all the things that are white that they didn't see because they were focused on what was blue or whatever the color I said before. And all that is, it's just your belief system. Like if you believe the world is horrible, the world being horrible is the blue that you're seeing everywhere, right? The world being beautiful is the white that you're missing because you're not focusing on it. That's how your belief system works. I just wanted to people understand that. Yeah,
no, absolutely. I think that's good. That's a good one as well. And I think it's always building the inner world too, understanding the inner world and I guess your spirituality and all the inner work, like your mentality, your physicality, being able to build yourself and your perceptions to have the right things that you need to see as well. Look towards the right things. Because when you think about it, there's so much. It's like Daniel G when he was on stage talking in Croatia. He's talking about all the opportunities that keep coming past us and that, but it's just about people give up or they continue to look at the right things at the wrong direction, at the wrong things at the wrong direction. And it's just good to be able to pick up on those things. Hey, I think that comes with that word. What is it called again? Perspicacity. Perspicacious. Yeah, absolutely. You have to be perspicacious and look into what you need to look into. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I can see that you're into cryptocurrency as well. I know that's your niche. That's a part of the thing you do. And I know you do network marketing as well. But before we jump into network marketing and a bit of a chitty chat about that, what is cryptocurrency? Do you think cryptocurrency is going to be the future? And do you think it's something that's going to die down anytime soon?
Oh, well, 100% cryptocurrency is the future. You can see, I mean, if anyone who says crypto is a scam or they don't understand it, just understand like all these big companies are all backing it, right? These big companies would not be backing it if it was a scam or was going to take your money or it's a pyramid scheme. You know what I mean? Like if you think about it, anyone who's listening or everyone's watching, you probably, watch maybe like sports like F1 or AFL or FIFA or anything like that. Crypto.com sponsors like all of them, especially UFC, right? So you can't, how can you call it a scam when your favorite, sports that you like to actually watch are sponsored by Crypto.com, by a crypto company? Do you know what I mean? Like, and then you also have, the biggest investment firms in the world, like BlackRock, Vanguard, who are also now allowing their customers to buy Bitcoin through the ETF, which was approved this year, right? So, to me, it's really ignorant to like actually not look into this because there's so much potential to make, honestly, not financial advice, but life-changing money because it's so new. It's like getting into Apple or Microsoft when it first started because everyone didn't understand the internet back then. 10 years from now, everyone would wish they got into crypto, right? So that's how I know it's the future. Now, the reason why I'm so big on crypto is, one, I do not believe in the governments or the banks. and the banks offer you, 4.5% a year on your money, and they control it, and they can literally shut down your bank whenever. They could pause it and interrupt transactions when you're sending money overseas or whatever, right? So it's centralized. They control it. With crypto, it's decentralized. You have control of your money. You can lend your money out for high interest, a lot higher than 4.5. You can actually have control of it, which means you can put it into a cold device, and that means that no one can touch it. No one can take it away from you. So you actually own your money. Because when you have your money in a bank, you don't own it. They can do whatever you want with that, right? So it's about giving the power back to the people instead of giving it back to the government or the banks. So that's why I'm a big backer on crypto.
Yeah, awesome. And I think that's really important as well. I reckon it's definitely going to be the future, because everything you just said, I 100% agree with too. And you can see the good thing about it as well, that you can send it, it's quicker than Pay ID too. Yeah. That's one thing you can add on top, that you can send $1 million and wire it to someone that could take like legit 1 second. Not even a second anyways.
Also, like when you send money internationally for a bank, it's crazy fees. And they always wonder like, why are you sending this money? When you do crypto, no one says anything. And it costs like barely anything. You know what I mean? It's amazing.
And it's lack of self-education as well. I think a lot of people that call it scam and everything, they probably, I guess, believe in other people's beliefs, and that comes down to, I guess, being influenced easy, right? And I think it's being able to stand on your own thing, and before having an opinion and I guess evaluating something and having some sort of opinion, actually research something first. Like people end up, I guess, being a victim and not looking into something, and then they have an opinion saying something's scam. It's just like, that does not make sense. Do your education first before you come and have an opinion about something in the first place.
I think it comes down to a lot of people that don't understand it or have gotten into it and like have been scammed, or like the oldies, the older generation, the people that tried doing it when it was brand new and stuff. But it's more of the younger generation that are actually looking into it and actually doing something about it and learning it and creating the knowledge around it.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the new generation, it's something that's pretty good as well, because when it comes to houses and buying houses and new business ideas and that, back in the days when we were young, when our mum was probably young, or adults and stuff at the time, you could say probably like 20, maybe 15 houses were like 150 grand, 200 grand.
Not even.
So that's what, even less than that, 90 grand probably. And parents always say, oh, go get a house, go get a mortgage, university and stuff. And it's just like, well, mum, things have changed now. Houses are like $700,000, nearly $1 million. New methods have to be implemented.
Yeah.
It also comes down to the currency back then as well. Like, the currency was completely different and was worth, like, how could you say, worth more but less. So if a house was $50,000, people were only making $50,000 in 5 years of their lifetime,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But nowadays it's like, if you're not making over $100,000 a year, then you struggle to get a house.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys know the definition of scam. Like, do you know what the definition of scam is?
I guess
or what it stands for. I love using this for people that, it's a scam. Like, do you not even know what like scam means? And they're like, no, what does it mean? I'm like, it means still confused about money.
Sounds like good one. Still confused about money, for sure. And that comes down to lack of self-education again.
That's it.
No, definitely, man. That's a good one, bro. I love that. So I wanted to jump into a good topic for a second about self-worth, because something that's interesting, I think a lot of people, even I used to do it back in the days, and I think it's something about the inner world that needs to be done. We have to build ourselves to be the best version of ourselves. And I think a lot of people rely on the accomplishments to determine their self-worth. And I think it's good to be able to feel worthy regardless of the accomplishments. Because when you think about it, right, everyone can want more. There's always more levels to the mountain, more levels to the game. Someone wants 1 million, they want 2. Someone wants 2 million, they want 3. They always want more. So I think it's really important to be self-worthy. And what's your opinion on self-worth? And I guess you as well, Johnny, after.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've shared you with Danny G. He talks about you can never outwork your self-worth. Like, whatever you believe you're worth, you can never outwork that. So if you feel like you can only make, $1 million, then you can only ever make $1 million. So it all depends on like how much you actually believe you're worth, right? The fact that you're even alive, you're worth a lot more than $1 million, right? So think about it. The fact that you're even born is like 1 over trillion of chances. So you're definitely worth more than $1 million. So for you to think you can't even make $1 million doesn't even make sense. If you think about it in that sense, right? That you literally being this rare, like you can make as many as like you can make billions of dollars if you really want to. It all depends on like whatever you believe deep down, your value. And then that's how I've created my life. I just believe I'm worth like everything. Like I have a big goal to, be a billionaire, not because of the money, but because of the lives that I change and the value that I give. But yeah, it all comes down to really believing in you, because I believe like belief is transferable. It's energy. And if you want people to believe in you, you have to believe in yourself first. Because imagine if you're like, trying to get someone to do something, let's just say, I don't go to the gym, but you're never going to the gym because you're breaking those promises. That person's not going to go to the gym. So it all becomes like from you first. And then whatever is inside of you projects to other people and influences them as well. So, and that's the one thing I've learned is like, if I actually stick to what I say and I believe in myself, then there's nothing that's going to stop me. And it's like literally anything I say now, I do. And that means that no matter what I say, even if I'm going to be a billionaire, I'm going to do it. Does that make sense? Like, even those small little things, like I'm going to the gym today. I went to the gym. Okay, I'm going to be a billionaire. Okay, I'm going to be a billionaire.
Lovely.
Like, it's just all about your belief in yourself. And then that will obviously influence other people. And then also your actions as well.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think about self-worth as well?
Definitely on the same page as you, Bailey. Like, your self-worth comes down to your morals, your actions, and what you do to create your success.
Nice.
You know, so it's not all about money. You know, money, you can create money through self-worth, but it really comes down to what's deep down inside you that you're willing to do to actually grow and show people and make people believe in yourself. And like you said as well, you've got to have belief in yourself too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's something that's super important, both of you have said as well. And I think the more you practice on your word, practice what you preach as well, the more you build trust with yourself. Yes. And I guess the more you build trust with yourself, the more you upgrade. The more you upgrade, the more money you make. The more money you make, the more better you get. And the more you create these fundamentals, but also these pillars and something that you stand by with strong convictions. But I guess the more you break your word, the more you lose trust with yourself. And I guess if you can't trust yourself and trust yourself to make healthy decisions, and healthy decisions towards your personal development and your lifestyle and health and money and stuff, like how can anyone trust you? Yeah, how can you tell someone something, and how can you even trust yourself, I guess, after that, if you can't even keep your own promises? Yeah. So
I've struggled with that for a bit as well. When I first started this journey, you know, like I wanted to tell people like, you know, do this, do that, but really I'm not doing it myself. So how are people meant to follow my lead if I can't even follow my own lead?
And that comes to leading by example as well. I think being a leader, if you want to be a leader to the youth or in a company, obviously you have a lot of people in network marketing through your business and that, and people that you're leading and being mentored and stuff, including myself, which is very important. But I guess leading by example is going through situations so you can lead the way. So I guess, like you just said, used to be like that. But since you've been through that and you've self-analyzed and examined yourself, which is very important, looking after self, because self is important, right? Being able to do that as a message to people. It's like making your mess your message. So whatever you've been through, you can pass his message on to God's people to be able to, I guess, help them out with their journey and wherever they want to go in life, to be able to expand and upgrade into different levels of life, spiritually, mentally, verbally, everything. Definitely. Yeah, no, I love that.
So Bailey, I know you do a lot of network marketing and you're the man of the people pretty much. I wanted to ask who you work for and why you chose them to continue with this.
Good question.
Journey.
Yeah, for sure. So I work for a company called MTC Education, which is, our goal is pretty much we help you create an income online through either the financial markets through social media, so you can do more of what you love with the people you love, right? And everyone loves that. But the best thing about it is we have such an amazing community that is so positive and they really want to see you win, which is very hard to find these days. Like, most people want to see you lose, because then they don't have to like actually see you win and like not have to look at themselves and go, shit, why am I not doing anything? So being in a community where people generally want to see you win, it creates such a great environment for you to grow. And it's why I'm such a big backer of it. Like, a lot of people, they join our company to learn to trade, to make money on social media, to have more time with their family, whatever it is they want to do. But they end up becoming the best version they ever could have been, because it's such a great environment to grow. Because people actually believe in them. People actually see their potential, and then they start to see their potential and they start to believe in themselves. And that's what happened with me. Like, I didn't have any belief in myself. I didn't actually know I could succeed, but they kept telling me, man, you're going to be a future millionaire, future billionaire. You're going to do this. You're going to change so many lives. I'm just like, yeah, I am. Like, let's do this. And, you think about it, like, sometimes you might be someone who's going to be successful, but you're in the wrong environment. Like, maybe, let's just say, for example, you're like a sunflower, but you're in like the shade and you're not growing. Like, there's nothing wrong with the sunflower. It's the environment they're in. As soon as you put that sunflower in the sun, it thrives, right? And that's the same thing with like people. Sometimes you just got to be in the right environment to grow to the true potential you want to be. And that's the one thing that I love about what we're doing here in MT's Education. Like, it's not just trading. It's not just making money. It's about becoming the best version you can possibly be. It's personal development. You're always personally growing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that definitely does.
Yeah.
And I've seen it firsthand in MTC. I used to be a part of it. And, man, I had the biggest thoughts in the world when I joined it, and I had all these people backing me and everything. Like, I thought I could be, a multi-millionaire by the time I'm 25, and I still can. But I guess I just dropped off quite slowly, because I was more on the network marketing side of things. But I've been thinking, because JJ's in it as well, I've been thinking I might just join back up to get more knowledge in the trading side.
Yeah, no, absolutely, for sure, because you're pretty good at training anyways.
Yeah,
the trading I
wouldn't say I'm the best.
Yes, but still,
I think Bailey's quite better than me.
but he's still got
I
good
still
knowledge.
know the fundamentals, the basics,
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I love that. And something about network marketing I wanted to jump into, which I think you'd be able to answer this correctly and really good, because I know that a lot of people have a lot of opinions and they think pyramid scheme, whatever it is, they think scams. And it's like what Daniel G said sometime. And I mean, a lot of people always complain about the person making the most money at the top and no one else makes money at the bottom. And it sort of makes sense, right? That the person at the top makes the most money. They have made the most sales. They've built the best team and stuff. They've built the biggest team, so it makes sense they get paid the most. But the person at the bottom can outbeat the top if they work hard and actually discipline themselves. So what do you think about people that have an opinion on pyramid scheme and network marketing? What is network marketing?
Yeah, for sure. No, I completely understand. The truth is, when I heard about network marketing and the company I was with, I was very skeptical about joining because I was told it's a pyramid scheme, and I didn't want to be a part of that. I always want to be a part of something that I can feel very proud to be a part of and very proud to be involved in. So first of all, I didn't do too much education. I said, I'm just going to give it a go, because the only way for me to actually make an informed decision if this is something I want to do is I've got to be involved in it. For you to go, this is going to be the partner that you want to be with for the rest of your life, to get married with this person, you've got to be in that relationship. You've got to get to know that person before you go, nah, it's not going to work out. So I was like, I'm just going to jump in, see what it's about. And very quick, I was like, this is amazing. And I love the opportunity. Now, a lot of people, the reason why they call it a pyramid scheme or Ponzi or it's a scam is they just don't understand the actual difference between network marketing and a normal business, right? Network marketing is the number one industry in the world that has created the most millionaires. And that's the truth. You can look it up anywhere. So it's just crazy. And it's bigger than the movie industry. It's bigger than the sports industry. It's an industry that I absolutely love. And it's such a great place to grow and learn. Now, what people need to understand is some people, I'm like, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. Like, so what's a pyramid scheme? Oh, it's like when you bring in people and you make money. I'm like, okay, so just understand this. Let me just educate you, right? Right now, you just said a pyramid scheme is when you bring in people and make money. How does a business grow? You find people, they pay for the product or service, you make money. Right? You have a sales team, you have a marketing team. It's the same thing with what we do here. But we have 3 tiers in the business, and we don't call it customer, sales, and boss. We just call it 3 tiers. So, you have tier 1, which someone's a customer. They love the product or the service, whatever it is. And that's all they ever do. They just use the product, which makes up about 9% of, users in most network marketing companies, if it's a good one. Then the second tier is someone we call someone who likes to share the product, or a sales rep. So for example, let's just say you've got a customer, in real life example of real life business or traditional business. Let's just say for a dealership, you're someone who loves a Ferrari, right? They're a customer. They love the Ferrari, love to drive it. It's amazing. It's fun. Then they go, I love it so much. I'm going to do, tier 2, which is like a sharer. They go become a sales rep and they start selling, a Ferrari because they love it so much. And they get obviously paid a commission when they sell the Ferrari. Then you have the third point where someone wants to make, a shit ton of money, build an empire and change some lives by, sharing the product or service with other people. So for example, that could be someone who's like a sales leader or a boss of the dealership. Every time a car gets sold, they make money not from their work, but from their people's work. So that's what we're doing here in network marketing. You can build a team of people who also love the product, who also want to share it. And when they share it, you make money. But the only way for you to get up there is you got to work hard. If you can show me a business where you can be at the top, make all the money, you don't have to work a single thing, show me that business, right? There's not a single thing. It's all about working your ass off to get to the top. And if you get to the top, sure, you obviously deserve to make a shit ton of money, right? So that's what I've realized in life. It's just education, not understanding that every company needs a sales and marketing team to grow. Even if you have an amazing product or service, you still need a marketing team, a sales team for it to grow. Yeah. So it's crazy to think, oh no, it's a scam, it's a pyramid. It doesn't make sense to me. It's just all about educating them so they finally understand it. And it's like, oh, that actually is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did that make sense for you
That
guys?
makes a lot of sense. Yeah, 100%. And one thing I wanted to add to that as well is that people might say scam, pyramid scheme, but the thing is they make other people money, meaning that they might invite their friends to a boxing match or something and they sell these tickets or they give tickets to their friends to go to this boxing match, but they didn't make themselves money, but they made someone else money. Don't you think that would be more important to make yourself money within a company rather than giving out tickets or promoting something that you're not going to make money from?
Would you say, Bailey, that people think that it's like a Ponzi or a pyramid scheme because it's online, or do you think like if it had like a physical, let's say like workshop or business, people wouldn't think like that as much?
Well, I would say yes and no, because there is actually companies that are like not online like us. Like obviously we're online education. There is companies that have, proper actual offices and stuff like that. And like, I think why it makes it's a company or an industry that also gets quite, like I said, Ponzi scheme or, there's really bad people involved in it. The truth is, yes, there is, because it's such a low barrier of entry. Yeah. Like it's one of the most cheapest business to start, $300 or whatever it is you want to put into. Most businesses, a couple $1,000s or more to get started. And then you have your staff and everything. So the fact that anyone can join, which means there's no really pre-qualifying or making sure this person's the right person to, build this business. That's what makes it really hard for some people to understand. There's obviously going to be bad people in any industry you're in, but network marketing is very common because anyone can join because it's such a low barrier of entry. So that's why it gives it kind of a bad name, because it's people who just don't really care and just try to make money off people instead of actually sharing a product and service that actually can benefit people. Does that make sense?
And that definitely does. I guess people just have to, like you said, try something before they actually start questioning. Just give it a crack. I'm guaranteed joining MTC would definitely change your life. Changed mine as well, and it made me look at things in my life different and like open my mind a bit more to the bigger picture. Like I was very skeptical when I first joined, but then I started seeing all my mates doing it, and I was like, oh damn, like this is legit. This is literally how you can change your life and make money online. So
and have you come to one of the events before?
Yeah, I've come to the Gold Coast event. Yeah. Seen you speaking on stage and everything. It was good. And at the end of the day, they give you opportunity to showcase yourself. Like I got put on stage because I became a qualified representative, and it just makes you feel like you're worth something. And that's what MTC can provide for you.
Recognition as well, which is very important.
Yes. Like my name was on the board. Like I was up on the stage. I was like, this is just crazy. Like, I did not know my life could be like this. So absolutely. It really does open doors for you.
We need you back, bro.
Definitely. It's been on my mind for a bit now.
Yeah. And one thing I like about network marketing and sales, I think a lot of people, like we were talking about just now, previously, there's like a lot of people like to say pyramid scheme and scam, but I think network marketing is one of the only businesses you actually learn the most skills, meaning that you learn to communicate, you get put on stage, you learn staff management, you learn to run a team, you learn how to speak linguistically and learn how to communicate properly, learn how to handle stress, being able to handle stress within your staff, right? Let's just say that, for an example, someone got onto crypto, a noob, right? You guys know what noob means, yeah? So imagine someone that does not know something in crypto and he catches a crypto pump because he gets lucky. He put in $1,000, now he's made a couple $1 million. He did not learn any skill at all because he just got lucky because he got word from someone that to buy this coin or something. But with network marketing, you can learn so much different things and people like demonize it. So there's so much different skills with network marketing you can learn, like all of those things, all those pillars, which is amazing. Like every aspect of your life, you can improve. Communications, everything, which is truly amazing.
And I guess network marketing comes down to your normal life as well, like creating them connections and, finding people that want to see you do good. That's a part of network marketing. So you're already doing it. It's just making money from it.
Yeah, definitely. And I've got a question for you as well. It's a good one. So you said before at the beginning of the podcast, you used to drink, you used to party, you used to get up to mischief, you had a certain lifestyle. If you're in front of your old self right now, what would you tell him? Or would you just allow it to be the certain way it is? Or would you have something to say to him? And if you were in front of him right now, what would you tell him right now to his face? Old Bailey. If you were to pull him in check, what would you say to him? Doesn't have to be too detailed, but anything you want.
Look, I don't regret the past because I don't ever want to look back and change anything. Everything happens for a reason, and I had my fun. And the truth is, like, I'm 24 years old. Most people are still drinking at my age, so I'm not looking to be like judging myself. But if I was to go back and talk to that, that 19, 18-year-old who was partying and getting blackout drunk every weekend, I'd just say, like, do you truly want to retire your parents? Like, does it really matter that much to you? And and just because the truth is, when you really think about it, like, are your actions going to allow you to do that? no, they're not, because partying and drinking is not doing anything good for you. You're wasting all this money. You're still part of the system. But oh yeah, I would just say really think about it. Like, if you truly want to retire your parents, are you doing everything you can to do that? And then it would have been like, shit, like, no, I'm not. Like, I would have to really like look at myself. And then like, I would say, find someone that you want to be like and just mirror everything they do, right? I don't know if you can think about it, but you think about someone who's successful, they're not drinking and partying every single weekend. So obviously I would stop probably doing that if someone told me that. So I would find someone who's got the life I want and just listen to them, maybe even pay for a mentorship and just work with them and do everything they tell me. Because that's the one thing I've realized in life. You want to get anywhere, stop thinking like how I'm going to do it. Like, let's say, for example, I don't know, I wanted to make $1 million, right? I don't know how to do that. And I could do trial and error and try to figure it all out. But all I could just go think of who's done that. Oh, yeah, that person. Okay, I'm going to reach out to them and they're going to tell me exactly what to do. I just do that and I'll get there. That's the fastest way for you to move through life, because you either pay with your time or pay with your money. And for me, I'm never going to waste my time. That's the most valuable asset we have. So I always pay with my money. So that's why I've always done that, and it's worked to me. In the last 3 years, I've been doing that. It's been amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And to touch back on what you said before with regrets and everything, it's good that you don't regret anything, because you can't be mad at past you for making a decision that past you made. Obviously, current you can't be mad at that because you're a past version of yourself, which obviously wasn't as intellectual, as smart, as charismatic, as good as you are now. And something that a lot of people do nowadays is that they want to reach a certain level of life. They want to become a certain individual, but they adopt and embody a certain mindset of someone they don't want to be. So they might look up to someone, like, for an example, like you just said, it's good to reach out to someone that you want to be, or maybe adopt them, mirror them, right? But some people say, hey, I want to be successful, but then they still mirror the people that they don't want to be. And they hang around these people as well. And I do understand it's a bit hard and people get influenced and whatnot as well, but I guess that's the best decision to take.
Yeah,
Get a mentor and
what I believe
up.
is that, like you said, you have to go through the things in life to actually become the person you are today. And that's why it's good to not regret anything, because what you've done in your past life is only just steps forward to who you're becoming today. So like back in the day, like we all used to do it, drinking, partying, drugs, whatever. But I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't go through that. You have to sometimes go through the hard stuff in life to be able to create good things.
Definitely. And that's true. I reckon for a man, adversity is something really needed. Like, I think it's so important to be able to be a leader, especially men are born to lead, to be able to conquer. You have to sort of go through suffering, some sort of version of suffering and hardship and tribulation. I think for a man, I guess you build yourself, your intuition through hardship. And then for female, you build your intuition through purity, not sleeping through with too much men. For sure. Haven't you? I've noticed that before. Like, when you come across like very pure women that are not like out there much and they're very preserved and they're like maybe going to church or something, their intuition, their body, there's temple, their intuition is so powerful. But when you see when the girls are like out there so much or maybe sleeping with so many different men, it's like they give their power away and stuff. And I think
thoughts and they ratchet.
Yeah.
That's facts, bro.
Absolutely. But for a man, I think the struggle and the hardship and that is what builds yourself. That's what builds your intuition and your truest potential within the potency that you need for leveling up in every single realm of human endeavor, which is an important thing too. And I've got a question for you that's going to be amazing. Obviously, you've spoken on stage, and it's something that I want to be doing more. I've spoken at church a few times, whatnot, but I haven't spoken on a big stage like you have, in front of hundreds, thousands of people. What was the feeling like when you first jumped on stage the first time?
My first time? So for you guys who don't know, I was never someone who I would say an extrovert. I was very introverted. I remember in school, teacher would say, oh, you got to get up and speak in front of the class. I honestly would rather break my leg than do that stuff. I hated it. And I know there's a lot of people listening to me right now who think they could never do it. Trust me, that was my mindset for forever. And yeah, I remember going up in front of like people, like in front of my class, and I would be shaking, stuttering, everything. It would be horrible. I just hated it. Even just sometimes just me and my teacher, I just couldn't do it. I obviously did it, but it was not something I've enjoyed. And then the one thing, I've been listening to a podcast called The Mindset Mentor, and he talks about how your dreams die in your comfort zone. And I was just like, yeah, I don't want my dreams to die anymore. I guess I got to do things outside, my comfort zone, things that make me feel uncomfortable, because that's where I'm going to grow. And that's where my dreams are going to happen. So I started off, which I thought would be impossible, just getting more in front of the camera, speaking, getting on stages, and kind of being a part of MTC. I didn't really have a choice. Like, every time I hit ranks in the company, I had to speak in front of everyone. My first event was, I think it was 2-3 years ago from now. I was in Gold Coast, and I hit a rank called senior rep, which is what Jaiden's going to hit this month. If you watch, and yeah, I had to do a little 5-minute speech, and I was shitting myself. I was so scared. There was only 100 people in the room, but I don't enjoy speaking publicly. And then I got through it. It was cool. Probably didn't enjoy it too much. And then I won another award for the most sales in that month. So I got this $5,000 gaming setup. Like, it was cool. So I had to speak again on stage. It's like, oh my God, like, just leave me alone. So I went and spoke again, got more confidence. And then I just kept trying to improve myself. And after that, I went on like this challenge where for, I think it was 30 days, I went on Facebook Live every single day. And that built me so much confidence. Then I spoke in Gold Coast again when I hit director. And that was like a longer speech, maybe 10 minutes or whatever. Johnny was there, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it was amazing. Like, I loved it. Like, I was up there and I could feel the energy, and I was like, wow, I'm just doing this. Like, it really just felt amazing to feel the energy of the crowd and realize there's probably people looking up at me like, man, I wish I could do that. Because every time I saw someone on stage, it's like, I could never do that. I wish I could, but I could never do it. So I was like, shit, I'm that person now. Like, and that built me incredible confidence because I realized, wow, I was so scared. I never thought I could do this, and now I can do it. What else can I do? So it built me incredible amounts of confidence. And then I went from, okay, what else is there that I can do that's uncomfortable? Well, I hate like being sober around people drinking or being out like clubbing or partying when I'm sober. So I decided to give up alcohol for life. And I'm almost 2 years sober now. And I never thought I could do that. Like, I thought I would never be in a situation where I'm around people drinking that I could be sober and enjoy myself. And now I love it. So it's like, you can do anything you tell yourself. It just takes time. And it's just about getting outside your comfort zone. Because if you keep staying in your comfort zone, you're never going to grow. You're just going to stay the same. Yeah. And I would hate that. Like, imagine 5 years from now, you're the same person. Like, why would you want that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, why would you want that?
We've touched base on that before, is where you have to create uncomfortable situations in your life to become comfortable.
Yeah.
And once you are comfortable again, create another uncomfortable situation. Do things that, you're not used to or you're not wanting to do ever in your life, and you start just growing instantly. Like you said, like, I was in the crowd there when you were on stage talking to, I think it was more than 100 people there at that stage. And I was just thinking to myself, like, this bloke's a boss. Like, this is like, he's done it before, Yeah. And that just goes to show you, like, what's possible when you do put yourself in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah, it's really important. I couldn't agree with you anymore with that, Johnny, and stuff. And, I'm very proud of you, and especially being 24 now and stuff, making 20, 30 grand plus a month. And that at times, that's that's very potent. Yeah, it's a big achievement. That's for sure. 100% being 24, I could definitely say that you're in the minority of things at the moment. I think all of us are. And that's like, it's really important to get out of that majority anyways. And it's like what you said earlier, being able to do the opposite of what everyone else does. And that definitely says what you're doing right now definitely says that you're doing that. And it shows that you're doing that, which is very important. And the question I wanted to jump on as well is, what do you say to haters? So I know we had a conversation about this recently, and I know that haters can be fuel and they can ignite the fire and they can be so good. And you can use haters as some sort of fuel and some compelling force to get to the next stage. But what's your opinion on haters? How do you use it? How do you think about it? Because like you said, obviously a network marketer, and some people say pyramid scheme, scam, they say no, and objections, whatever it is. How do you deal with all of that?
For sure. So I'm going to talk about a few things about haters. I still get them today, but they don't have effect on me at all, because I understand if they're negative and I'm negative, then I'm just doing exactly what they're doing, which doesn't make sense. Or if also, let's just say I actually respond to them, and I'm just giving them exactly what they want. And I don't want them to keep being a hater, so I want to change them, so I don't react. Now, haters, one of my favorite quotes people say is, hurt people hurt people. Like, no one who actually is succeeding and was actually at a higher level than you, making more money than you, whatever it is actually going to like hate on you. Right? No one who actually loves their life is going to hate on you, right? It's they obviously aren't happy where they are in their life. So instead of actually, doing the work to change and get to where you're going, they're going to actually hate on you, right? Now, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but I personally have, especially from people from school, family, whatever. I never look at them as, they're horrible people. They just don't really understand. And I know that obviously they wish that they could do something, but not many people are able to actually change themselves. So what I've realized is you get more haters from people from your past than people that you've actually just met after you succeeded, right? And the reason why is it's nothing to do with you. It's got everything to do with them. So think about this. Let's just say you've got this group of mates that you're around, and you decide to be successful. They decide to be the same. They never try to change. And, we all have, all people that you surround yourself are usually at the, same kind of income and kind of surround yourself with the same people, and you got access to the same amount of information. So then when this person, let's say yourself, decides to be successful and your friends see you, it's not that they hate you. They look at you and go, wow, I did nothing with my life. Like I was in the same position he was 3 years ago and I did nothing. And now this guy's succeeding. Instead of going, okay, it's time for me to do the work, they want you to go back on their level so they don't have to look at themselves and go, oh, well, I've done nothing. So they don't have to hate on themselves anymore. Like they hate on you instead. So I have empathy for them. I understand. Like that must be horrible to see someone succeed when you knew you wanted to succeed, but you did nothing about it. And now every time you see them, it's a daily reminder of what you could have been. Yeah. Right? And that's deep. And then think about this. When you find someone after you succeeded, not people from your past, the reason why they actually love and they want to see you win is because there's no like record of the past. There's no reminder of anything that they need to do. That makes sense. So they only have love and, want to see you win and no hate for you because they don't even know your past. Now, I'm not saying you will never get haters from people who don't even know you, but most of the time it's from people who knew you in the past, because instead of them doing the work and changing themselves and helping them become successful, they just don't do anything. And they just want to bring you back down to their level. Yeah. So they don't have to be reminded of what they could have been.
Definitely. That's a good one as well. It's I remember hearing it somewhere as well. People applaud you when you talk about something, but once you become that man and you're working up the mountain, they don't like you because you remind them, or they remind themselves of the person they could have become, but they didn't become that person because they lacked and stuff. So it's really important. But before we finish up as well, in a second, I wanted to say, is there anything you would like to say to the audience? Any words of encouragement, I guess, for business mindsets, anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's anything that you want to achieve, whatever it is, like whatever goal that you have, it's not too big. Don't care what people are saying. Like, understand that people are going to judge you no matter what you do. Like, think about this. If you stay still, someone's going to judge you. If you go right, someone's going to judge you. If you go left, someone's going to judge you. If you go forward, someone's going to judge you. If you go backwards, someone's going to judge you. So no matter what you do, someone's going to judge you. So just do it anyway. Like, whatever it is that you want to do, just do it. All right? And then, like I said, like the best advice is just find someone who has the life you want. Just work with them and your life will absolutely change. There's a good chance, 9 out of 10 chances that you will actually get the life that they have if you do everything that they tell you to do. But really just don't care about what other people are saying, what they're telling you can do, because if you actually listen to their belief in what they believe you can do, well, then that will change your belief. But if you believe in yourself and don't allow their limitations to be your limitations, there's nothing can stop you. So it's all about what you believe you can do, not caring about what others are going to think about you, because they're going to say whatever they want, no matter what you do. I've learned this from personal experience. I'm sure both of you guys as well. Like no matter what you do, if you do something, they'll judge you. If you don't do anything, they'll judge you. So just do it. Just do whatever you want to do. Go all in. Don't look back and just focus on where you want to go. And that's the last thing I'll probably say is like a lot of people, let's say, for example, they want to start a business. They focus a lot on the past and memory. Maybe they've did a business in the past, or maybe their family's done a business that's gone bankrupt or hasn't done well. So when they go to start a business, they're focusing on the past and what's happened. So they think it's not going to work out. It's going to go bankrupt. It's never going to be successful. But then someone who truly succeeds is someone who actually focuses on having a vision and imagination. So instead of looking at the past, they look at what's potential. This could be a 7-figure business that changes so many lives. And because they're focusing on what they want, they actually get what they want. Like, because whatever you focus on is where your energy flows, right? And whatever you focus on is what you get. So what I've realized in life, no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to focus on what's going to serve me. And by thinking of the past, it's not. It's like getting in a relationship, thinking this person's going to cheat on you, they're probably going to cheat on you because you keep focusing on that. But if you focus on what you want, you're going to have a lot more better life and feel more peace and abundance. So that would be my advice to you. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. That's as simple as that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was good podcast.
Have
5
the right,
podcasts,
have the right thought process as well to focus on what you want and take the leap to get where you want as well. Comes down to manifesting what you want in life and having this morals of the person you see that you're going to be, in the future.
Yeah.
I wanted to actually ask as well before we wrap it up, is I see you got these 2 bands on your wrist here. Can you explain what they are and why you wear them?
For sure. No one, you're the first person to actually ask me that in quite a lot of, like, a few years now. And it's weird because that's always really random to have this on, on your hand. Like, usually when you're a kid, you carry these around. But the True Grit one, it's actually an interesting one. So that was like I don't know if you guys know what True Grit is. It's like a military obstacle course that I did about 3-4 years ago. I can't remember when it was. And that was pretty hardcore. Like before that, I was running like 24Ks under 2 hours. Like I was going hardcore. This is like after like COVID and stuff. So it was a big challenge for me. It was a 12K obstacle course. It was pretty hardcore. I finished it. And ever since I actually like have kept this on, like my luck just keeps going up. So I'm like, if I take it off, my luck might just go away. So I'm not doing that. So that's the reason why I have the True Grit one. The MAIA stands for Massive and Immediate Action, which I absolutely love. Now the really cool thing about this and what has so much like symbolization to my life and impact is pretty much the day that I actually quit my apprenticeship, the day I actually left, it was officially over. The next day I went to an event, Aaron sent Sony, and he gave out one of these. So this is actually the first day I was an entrepreneur, like literally the first day. So I've never taken off because it reminds me, day one, and the crazy thing about it is that event kept getting moved and moved and moved because of COVID and everything. So it literally lined up the day after I quit my apprenticeship. I couldn't do anything about it. Like it literally did. And I was just like, wow, like this is a sign from the universe. God, you're on the right track. Keep going. So it's just a constant reminder, like massive and immediate action. Like stop procrastinating, because what I've learned in life is procrastination is assassination of your dreams. And I don't ever want to procrastinate. So I'm always a massive and immediate action. That's what I live by. So thank you for asking.
No, that's sick. It's like you said, it's like a reminder to keep you pushing through life and keep smashing them goals that you got.
Yeah.
And another thing as well is this big bling ring.
Ring. Oh, yes.
I know you've been like hitting top ranks and everything. Did you want to explain how you got it?
Yeah, so pretty much in our company we love recognition, as JJ knows, and as you said as well. When you make over 6 figures online with our company, you get a 100K ring. Now it's not 100K actually ring; it's just what they call it. It's about 24K, I think, from memory. And it's just a symbolization of like your hard work, and it's pretty nice, isn't it? Like it's pretty cool.
Nice, yeah.
But how I see it, it's not about the money; it's about the lives that I've changed. Like in order to do that, you've got to really have an impact on a lot of lives to get to that point. And it's just, to me, it's just an exchange for the lives that I've changed. It's a reminder, just keep going. This is just the start. And also, I also use it as like an anchor. When I put this on, it's game on. This is where I'm going to work, and get some, obviously find more people to impact. But when it's off, it's like, that's time to be present with my partner or just in life in general. Yeah. It's a pretty amazing thing. And I got it from my mentor, Michael Sloggett, amazing guy. He's taught me everything. Like I said, find someone who has the life you want and you have it. I, worked with him, told me everything to do, just did it. It's coachable. So if you have anyone that, like I said, just work with them. Simple as that. That's why I'm working with JJ. Hopefully Johnny soon. Thank you so much, guys, for having me on. Like, I really appreciate it. It's been amazing. And I'm excited to do it again for sure.
No, it's been good having you on here and giving the audience some knowledgeable content that they can take home with themselves as well, and showing the audience what's possible really in your life. You're still so young, we're all still so young, and it just goes to show what you can do at a young age. You don't have to be, older and, know more. You can be bloody 20 years old, if anything, and start this life that we call success, So it's been good having you on, bro.
Yeah, thank you very much. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. And obviously it's going to be out very, very shortly, but it's going to be good. And it was an amazing episode today, that's for sure. I reckon it was fire. So far, this is our 5th episode, and I reckon this is our best one so far. Yeah. Out of all of them, the best one so far. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Bailey, once again.
No problem.
God bless you, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Take care, guys.
See ya.